Liam, what have you learned about yourself since your last fight with Kamaru 7 years ago?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think I was learning more. My belief in myself is correct. You know that what you think in your head, like that you're good enough to be here. That you are. You know, and I think that's what I'm most proud of myself for my mentality that I've got. Not just through MMA, I got it from life and what life has taught me. You know, so I'm proud of my mentality that life has given me.
I'm just curious. I saw you over at the pit with Ramsey Nijam and Dominico Salas, two local MMA fighters, big OGs in the fight game. I'm curious how you got to know them and how all of you kind of met up to train together.
Uh, Ramsey was he's always around. My buddy Tarek Azim, who's in my corner, my brother from another mother. They were up in the Bay Area, working, and I was always going up. I'm always looking for the best guys around, and so me and Jake Shields, and Gilbert Melendez, we all used to work together back in the Strikeforce days. They'd come to us, and we'd go up to them. And I met Tarek, and so it's just like the Bay Area strength. We just kind of all grew together. So. And that other kid too is pretty funny. He's a classic. I saw him last night. He was just doing some. He's a big boy. Throwing some spin. I love that. But good people, and I think that could be a start, of some people that could to grow. It's got to start somewhere.
How has the fight game changed since your first pro fight in 2004 to now?
When I started back then, I didn't know what to expect. What was going to be of the future of mixed martial arts? Just you go into this room and you actually see the difference. You see 25 heads over here, and covering this and like you've been betting on this since the beginning in what martial arts was going to be. For people, I think a lot of it, first of all, the acceptance of the sport as a sport by the general public. Also, people approaching me, no matter where you are in the world. I mean, people approach me in the street. It's not even fight like. It's not I'm about to fight. Like people know me. As far as fighting style is concerned, and that's where I need to ask him a little follow-up. Before, I think that even the fighting style changed. Before, you had one style of martial arts, and you could dominate a division. But now you really need to be a complete fighter.
Did it take a lot of convincing for the UFC to allow you to fight at 185 pounds again?
No, I did nothing. I just say no. I will stay on 185. It's a good question. Good to clarify. I knew I could not make 185 1 month before I fight Marvin. I had injury in my left arm. I could not still train anymore. And to make 185, I need to train serious, hard work. So I could not. And that's why I got here so heavy. You understand? I never miss a weight. I don't have a problem to make 185. You look now, I'm so lean, the weight is so low, because I had no injuries, nothing. Of course, if you broke your tendon on your biceps, you cannot train more, so it's hard to cut weight if you cannot train, right? So that's why. And I say, no, I of course, I had no problem to make 185. So I am middleweight. If I want to fight a middleweight, I can fight a middleweight or light heavyweight. But I prefer do this on middleweight.
In June, you passed your 20-year anniversary as a professional. What's the secret to your longevity?
Excuse me?
What is the secret to your long career?
Happiness. Happiness. Loving what you do, man. It's not about money, not about being famous. Just love what you do. The guys kick me, punch me, and still smile, still happy. Not too much, but still.
Thank you. What's your camp been like being over at City Kickboxing?
Amazing and horrendous at the same time. The hardest I've trained, had some, my daughter just turned a year old on Friday, and I've been away for almost 6 months this year in fight camp. So that's been mentally challenging. She actually I got a video today, she just started walking today. So that's I was so proud. But the camp itself, man, I was saying it before, like the stuff that they is basics and fundamentals to their program, like there's foundation of martial arts. It's stuff that I don't know. So mentally, it's been such an upskill that it was draining as well as the physical side. So it was a draining camp just because I'm learning stuff that comes naturally to them. So and more sessions that I've ever done. One of the hardest part was keeping on weight this camp. So my Geordie, the flight dietitian, he had me on 2 pizzas, burgers every day. So I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Has it been nice not having to hop from spot to spot in Australia and just being able to go to one specific place to do everything you need to do for the day?
Yeah, for sure. Like that's why I've travelled before. Like I've always been trying to find where I fit in camps and just trying to find that spot. You know, I trained at Jackson's and that was a dream to go since a kid. But I feel like this is like where I'm supposed to be, and you know, hopefully get the family over there. Like been discussing it with the wife. The New Zealand trip, she doesn't really like the weather, but it's gonna be my home for now.
Where do you see yourself beating Leonardo Santos?
On the inside, in his face, in his chest, going to the body, going to the head, level changes, getting him to feint a lot, and draw his strikes out, get him extending too much, and unfortunately, for me, not unfortunately, but I'm not the biggest 55er ever. I'm actually probably on the smaller end. So everyone's taller and longer. I always got to make it dirty and get on the inside. I'm not going to be one of those guys that are standing on the outside unless I get lucky and land a big shot. But he's way longer than me and taller. So, I got to make it like a Mike Tyson fight. Get in there, weave my head and go, make it fast and hard and dirty.
And last question for me, one of the big middleweights coming up right now is Bo Nickel. I'm curious if you have any thoughts on him or have you noticed him on the Dana White Contender Series or anything like that?
Um dos nomes que estão chegando aí na divisão é o Bo Nickel. E um pensamento, você chegou a ver a luta dele na Contender Series que ele teve?
Unfortunately, I don't know him, I didn't saw his fight. I didn't see his fight. He say one of the best he is one of the best of the whole history of college.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will see this guy, but it's over.
Thank you. He also got subbed in his last fight, and so considering your grappling background as well, is that something that you're counting out as your possibility of submitting him?
No, I think if I punch you in the face enough on the ground, you'll give up your neck eventually. I'm not the type of guy that's going to look for submissions constantly because, to me, it just doesn't make sense in MMA. If I can accrue strikes, then it's better for me. Can I drink this water?
Yes, sir.